At any point, did you identify yourself as ICE?
No.
You sure about that?
Yes, sir.
You absolutely positive?
Yes.
Okay.
Outwatches 5-6.
A Florida man has been arrested for trying to impersonate a federal police officer affiliated with ICE during a fake traffic stop. The fake cop was in his pajamas when he tried to impersonate a police officer.
Kind of run me through what exactly happened.
So yeah, like I said, so I had to start work at 4 today. So I left home. I did see a truck coming, because I'm parked like this, right? Mm-hmm. And then I see a truck, he just turned around. I went back to Martin. You know where Martin Street is, right? Mm-hmm. I went back, because I live in Little Indian. So I went back, let's say going east. All the way, I went back because some of my guys that I take to work. And then as I exit Martin to get into Little Indian again, that's where he pulled off to the side of the road, and then he just followed me from there, like real close, almost crashing into me. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? As I'm turning, he's turning with me, and then I have to pick up some guys here by Warfield. And so that's where he pulled off. I'm like parked, and he pulled off on the side, not on this side. He pulled off on that side, and I pulled down my window, and he's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, what's up with you? He's like, can I see some IDs? Or he's like, where are you going? I said, I'm going to work. Where? Palm Beach. He's like, all right, can I see some ID? I'm ICE. I'm like, all right. And I told him, I said, you're ICE. Let me see some badge. Let me see a badge or a badge number. And I can see he's not ICE. He's dressed in civilian clothes. Mm-hmm. So, and then when he heard me say that, I got my phone on my hand already ready to go, because I knew there was something on with him. So I just and then he just took off. He almost hit me, like I said. And then right here on that curve, mm-hmm. You know, by Warfield. Yeah. He just entered that street over there, and he waited for me to pass again, and he just followed me. Okay. He just kept coming behind me, and I just started doing circles around Ryan City. I didn't want to stop because I didn't know if he had a weapon or not. Okay. And then he just started. I mean, he followed me for like 4 or 5 minutes. I was waiting for you guys to get here so you catch him. Okay. I didn't want to park. Yeah.
What's a good phone number? And then did everybody in here was obviously in the vehicle at the time?
Most of the guys, yeah. I got 2 guys already in the vehicle that saw what was going on, and then I had to pick up the rest of my guys. Like I said,
okay, so who else in here saw what happened?
So both of us saw what happened.
So where are they?
He's back here.
Okay, can I speak with him for just a second?
He doesn't speak any English.
He does not. Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, just give me a call on that number. We can verify it later. I don't want to be late for work. We've got a very, very, very important tournament going on at work right now. Okay. Yeah, just if you got time later, I get back from work at like 11. You can go out to my house. We can speak. I can show you the video and do everything. Because I want
now,
you guys to take this guy.
He didn't show you a badge? Or
he did not show me a badge. But he did mention, I got it, like I said, I got a video.
He did not have any firearm that you saw or anything like that?
I mean, he was like this. His hand was right here.
Did you see a firearm?
I did not see a firearm. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I did not see anything.
No, listen. I'm just trying to get the facts of exactly what happened, and then kind of go from there.
Yeah, I did not see anything.
Okay. All right. And he mentioned once that he was ICE.
He was ICE. He asked me for an ID. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I think that's him. That's him right there.
Okay.
It's a great. But he has a red baseball cap on that says Mexico.
There's front. Mexico?
Yeah.
Let me go down there and see if it's...
just let me know if he's wearing that hat, and then we'll go from there.
I think he was drunk, to be honest with you. Sure. But he was the only truck that came up when that was you, right?
What's that?
That was you that came up to the parking lot? Or that was a different police officer? Okay, I told him that. Yes, sir. He just went up this street, and then he was the only truck on the road too, along with us. It's still early for.
So what he was saying is he was driving this vehicle past him. This gentleman, if this is the right gentleman, said that he was an ICE agent. Asked for IDs.
Just stay right there.
You could just stay in your vehicle.
Stay there.
Um,
Say what now? Start. You got to interrupt. Start
no,
again.
sorry. So he pulled him next to them, so there was a nice Asian, asked for his IDs. He didn't believe at that point that he was an ICE agent, just saw plain clothes. I asked him if he showed a badge or anything like that.
But he asked for ID.
Yes, he did ask for ID. Yes, sir.
All right. I'm pretty sure I saw this truck a couple hours ago when you hope.
Okay.
Driving around in circles, he saw me and wanted to get out of Booker cars. He got to MLK and came over the tracks coming this way. Go ahead and read the statute. And the whole key is taking an act. Asking for ID is taking an act.
Yes, sir.
All right, so read the statute and see if you feel comfortable with it.
Yes, sir.
Wait, what you want me to step out the vehicle?
Just step out of the vehicle for me, please. What's going on?
There was this guy that was riding around in a black minivan.
Okay.
I don't know if they got papers or not, but they were threatening me. So I followed them and I called the officer, law enforcement.
Who law enforcement? We didn't get no call.
No, I called. They're over there in a black minivan.
Okay. There's deputies gonna be out with them right now.
Okay.
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 At any point, did you identify yourself as ICE?
No.
You sure about that?
Yes, sir.
You absolutely positive?
Yes.
Okay. I want to let you know right now. Identifying yourself as a federal law enforcement
Yes, sir.
is a crime. Hope you know that.
Yeah, but I didn't do that.
All right. You have your ID with you?
Yes, sir.
Brought 23. 20 under vehicles 33 Alpha Kilo November India.
Trying to call my dad and make sure.
Brought 23 tonight, sir.
I'm just an Uber driver.
Okay.
Yeah, I give people rides. Gonna turn my car real quick?
Yeah.
Come on, sir, how are you?
What? It's the one that was following that black van.
Okay.
The black van's over there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk.
Brought 23 on 65 floor D on floor 28.
No sé take you, pero si me cae pan. No sé. I'm touchy right now until A1 Amina. Si ya sigue de pan. Hold on. I'm Chapote. This one. The reason why I called the cops is because they were following me. The reason why I called the cops, they were following me, and they were here threatening me. So I was hitting blocks, and I still
So they were So what were they threatening for?
no, they I don't know. They were trying to start something. They had a group of people in the car with them. So I stay out the way, and that's why I called the cops. And I'm not gonna lie. I act like I was like I'm gonna call the cops on you. I told them I'm gonna call the cops on you. I act like I was ICE. I'm gonna call the cops on you because whatever you did, they were over there riding around in circles. But I'm calling my dad right now to tell him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, ask them some questions. Mine is stating that they were trying to start some beef with him.
I'm just putting your phone.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, pero pay look at it. Iban están bien tan, van a hacer más que coche de ya sigue de años todos los por eso policía, pero hace bien y todo más. I'm not chivanean, pero Estamos aguante los chicos, bueno, o algo, va a tener que hablar aquí, o tienda, restaurante, hay licencia, pero qué tanta ya restaurante, que hay en bolsa. Por eso, ¿qué tanta gente patrocina? ¿Ah? Oh, ok, está bien, está allí, que está bueno. Vamos a putih was na lagi nyaman.
So why
I'm just letting my dad know. But the reason why I called is because I was trying to act like, because they were following me. I was trying to head home, and they were following me. They had like a couple guys, so I don't know. And I started chasing them around in circles so I could get the license plate. And I called, and I told whoever answered the phone, I told them that this is this and that. I told them that, they don't got papers. I'm over here behind the bag. They were messing with me. I'm trying to get home safe, and that's it. And I hung up, and the lady was like, all right, I'm gonna send some of my 30s out there. But that's one. But I don't know. I was just trying to get home safe. They're over there.
Do you know them?
No, I don't. That's why I called the cops.
How did all this occur? Where were you coming from? And
I was coming this way. I was coming back, coming from Indiantown.
Okay.
I'm coming this way, and I'm heading this way on the curve. That's why I met them, and they were all packed. So I started like going behind them. I even gave the lady the license plate.
But how did what I'm asking is, how did this start? Because it doesn't just start that you just pulled on to Indian Ave and then it just happened out of nowhere.
It started because when I came in town, when I came in town, when they were reacting with me, they were like, oh, this and that. They cussed me out.
Just out of
nowhere, they started threatening me, and there were a bunch of people in the van with them. They're like, fuck this and that, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call the cops. And I started chasing them, and they started going around me in a circle, and I called the cops. Which I told the lady, this is the license plate, and they're the one threatening me, and I just don't want to be involved with the police. I'm gonna just go home. She's like, okay, I'm gonna send somebody out there.
Okay.
So that's why. But instead, y'all pulled me over. I don't know.
Sure.
Can I get my license though?
Give us a second. Did you receive any other calls involving this incident? What's your phone number?
772.
Yeah. First three.
Oh.
772. What was the?
214.
214.
8371. I'm just trying to be fair. They're the one over here. I was the one that called the cops. They did, I did. I gave the license plates. I explained what I had to explain.
How you doing? Bro, 23. Quick question for the double call on this incident call. What were both different phone numbers? What was it? 772?
214.
214?
8371.
8371. Alrighty. And what's the did any notes come in for that one?
I just don't want them to mess with me. They were messing with me. That's why. That's why I called the police. That's why I called.
Gotcha. Thank you very much.
Hey, Pab. No sé, tallita, cársela. Turn around, shit, pena. Turn around, shit, pena. No sé, tallita, cársela. Turn around, shit, pena. I'm gonna say you if you're talking, I'm telling they want them to talk to me. I'm deportivo. I was the one that called. I was the one that called, officer.
Yeah, I got that. I called.
No, I'm saying,
I called.
they're walking away. I'm the one who called.
Okay.
I'm trying to get home safe. Y'all can follow me home. Are you trying to get home safe?
No, but I confirmed your call. That's why I was on the phone with dispatch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they listened to this thing too.
Yeah, I'm listening too. I just want to get home safe. I don't know. They were following me. They had a bunch of guys with them. I told them, I lied to them. I'm gonna call cops on you. This and that. I'm gonna make sure you reported. I just lied.
Yeah, had the victim go behind me, and then you come over here.
That's real deportivo.
Do you recognize any of them?
No, I don't.
No. Nobody like you had beef with.
No,
Nobody.
it's just
like,
they were trying to come at me.
did they yell at you? Did they
Yeah,
start?
they yelled, but I don't know who they are. That's why I called the cops.
What did they yell at you? Like, did they say anything specific, like threatening, or did they say something that were?
They yelled at me, but I don't recall what they said. So they yelled at me, but I don't recall what they say.
Anything specific that you can come across?
No. They yelled at me, but I don't know what they recalled. They started following me, and they started hitting around.
And you said when you got into town, like from Citrus or from Indian Town?
No, I was coming over the bridge.
Coming over the bridge.
Yeah, or St. Lucie way,
Okay.
the trailer park. I was coming this way, and I went this way, and that's when I seen them, and they started trying to, hey, fuck you, this and that. And then after that, they started, I started following them. And I started dialing the number. I called the cop. I called y'all guys. And I gave the lady the
Yeah,
license plate.
they said it started. Yeah,
I'm like, I told her straight up. They threatening me. I'm just trying to get home safe. I don't want to. I don't want nothing to do with the police. I just want to go home. She's like, okay, I'll send a deputy out there. So
that's the threatening part. That's why I'm asking you. Like, if they were saying something threatening, I want to make sure it's like what did you hear that was threatening? Because words matter.
Yeah, but I don't know because they speak Spanish, so they're a bunch of Spanish guys.
Yeah. Okay.
They're a bunch of Spanish guys. I was trying to get home safe. Like I said, I was coming my way this way. I caught them. They started chasing me. I don't know. There was a bunch of guys there. So I called the cops. I'm like, look, I told the lady, I'm trying to get home safe. I don't want nothing to do with the police. They over here, and they started going around in a circle here, and it rains. That's why. That's why I called the cops, and I got their license plates. And I gave
you relayed that to. Yeah, it was relayed to dispatch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get home safe.
Yeah.
I'm an Uber driver. I give people rides. So
Gotcha.
I'm just trying to get home safe. My dad's on the line with me right now.
Yeah.
But he knows I'm an innocent. I'm a Christian. I go to church. So
Okay.
I don't do none of that. Yeah. I'm not lying. He's on the phone with me right now. I don't know. I don't know what they got going on. Unless they're drinking or they're probably going to work. I'm not sure. But I was on my way going back home. And that's why I called the cops. I called the lady. Explained everything what I had to tell her. I don't want nothing to do with them. But I lied to them. Yeah, I did lie to them. I'm like, I'm going to call the cops. I'm going to make sure ICE going to arrest you or police. Because y'all here.
But you didn't lie. You called the cops.
Nah.
That's the cops.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I did. Yeah. I did. I was the one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what part was the? What part was the?
I'm trying to keep myself safe.
Yeah. So what part was the ICE part?
That they're gonna get reported because they look like a bunch of Hispanic that was in the car.
Okay.
There was a bunch of them. I don't know. There were like 4 or 5 of them probably. And they were going around in a circle, act like they were trying to threaten me. So I started going behind them. That's how I got their license plate. I gave the lady the license plate. Look, they're going around over here. I'm just trying to go home. And boom.
Good.
Just put the on.
Trying to.
Just put the on.
They were standing on the side. We were just like this.
Já podeu pá. accept chat. Why is it taking forever?
Calm down.
Can I go home?
No.
But why is it taking forever?
Calm down.
I'm saying you're calm, bro. Why is it taking forever?
Because we're doing an
I was
investigation.
the one who called the
Okay, I
cops.
understand. We're doing an investigation.
Can I go home?
No.
There's an investigation going on, man. Everybody has to stay here until the investigation concludes.
How long would that take?
As long as it needs to.
I just want to go home.
It's
I
an
was the one who
You're
investigation.
not
called.
going home right now.
I'm the one that called the cops.
Right, but you're not going home right now.
I was the one that
An
called.
investigation going on. Let it play it out, and then you can go home when the time comes.
Are you on the phone?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, could you just do me a favor and just step over here for me for a second?
That's fine.
All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna read you this. I'm gonna read you this real quick. All right. So what do you have?
Hold on, give me. I'm supposed to chabab.
All right. Well, listen. I don't have all day for you to sit on your phone, so I'm gonna need you to listen to this. All right.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
You listening?
Yeah.
All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have them present with you
So you again?
while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford a lawyer, you will have one appointed to you and represented before any questioning. If you wish to do so, you can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights that I have explained to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. With that being in
But,
mind, do you wish to talk to me?
But I was the one that called the cops, though.
Okay. So what's going on? What happened?
The reason why I called the cops is because they were over here threatening me. When
Okay.
they were, I was coming from Indiantown, and I called the cops. There was a bunch of Migos in the car, and they were over here trying to threaten me and try to throw me off. And I followed them, and they was riding around in circles.
Okay. So
So
why
I
did you follow
gave the
them?
license plates to them
Why did you follow them?
because they were trying to threaten me and try to put me in a situation that I want to be in. So that's why I called the cops, and I gave the lady the information that I need to, and I gave her the license plate of the car they have, and they were driving it. There was a bunch of them, there were like probably 6 or 7 of them. I felt like my life was in danger. That's why I called her. And I told her that I don't want to be in this situation. Yeah, I'm trying to go home safe. And she's like, I'm gonna send a deputy out there. Just go home. But instead, y'all pulled me over for, But I called the cops. I told them that you're gonna get deported the way how y'all treated me. This and that.
So you said that they were gonna get deported?
Yeah, because they look like a bunch of people that they ain't got papers. There was a bunch of them.
Okay. Do me a favor, step in front of this vehicle for a second.
Yes, sir.
Put your phone on the on the dash.
Yeah.
All right. Put your hands. I'm gonna need you to put your left hand behind.
Probably. That's right.
Why I'm being equipped?
We'll explain it to you in a second. We're gonna explain that to you just in a second, alright? Not too tight, you're good? Alright.
My dad's on the phone with me.
Alright, so what we're gonna do
Yeah.
is I'm gonna take you over to my car. My car's behind us.
Alright, yes, sir.
Alright? I'm gonna grab your phone, I'm gonna grab everything else that's in your pocket.
My dad's on service right now.
Okay.
He's online.
Alright.
Tell him not to hang up.
I'll grab that.
I'm telling him not to hang up. He's online. Live. I'm just trying to go home. They threatened me.
Alright, so we're gonna walk on the side of my vehicle, alright? What else do you have in your pockets?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm not sure to be honest. Probably a pocket knife.
Pocket knife?
Probably.
Okay. Is it gonna be open or is it gonna be closed?
Closed.
It's gonna be closed.
I don't know if it's in my pocket. I'm in my trunk.
Alright. Your pocket knife is not in either of these pockets. Would it be anywhere else or no? Maybe in your truck? Okay.
That's my dad's truck. It's not my truck.
It's not your vehicle? Spread your legs. Spread your legs for me. Anything in your shoes?
No.
Alright, kick this shoe off for me.
I'm just trying to get home safe. My dad can come pick up the vehicle. My dad is on the phone right now.
Alright, put those back on. Good. Alright, back up against the car for me. Do me a favor, take a seat here for a second, alright?
Yes, sir. I'm just trying to get home. Can I get my stuff?
What's that?
Can I get my stuff?
Alright, so at this time you are going to be arrested. You're going to be arrested for impersonating a law enforcement officer or a federal agent.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
I called the cops. I was the one that called the cops. They did it.
Okay. As far as the keys, or as far as your hat goes and everything like that, do you want to take that with you to the jail, or you want me to leave it in the truck?
No, can I take it to jail?
The hat? You want to? You're not going to be able to wear it.
No, but I'm saying, but why would I get arrested? I was the one that called the cops.
Okay. Do you want the hat or not?
Can I talk to my dad right quick?
Because you can't wear it in the jail.
Can I talk to my dad right
No,
quick?
you can't. No.
Why not? My
All right.
dad's on the line.
I'm going to leave your hat in your car. And I think Pepper has his ID.
I would check his wallet again too, make sure there's anything that's like, I don't know, there wasn't one. But I would double check the wallet because he's got like a
Do you mind just hanging out with him for just a second?
Yeah.
I'll grab his ID from Pepper and get him out here. Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, Pepper. You, do you have his ID?
Perfect.
I have 5 keys too.
Are those his keys? What are these then?
Other keys, but I have his car key here.
Okay, perfect.
But give me a second. I'm just going through. Make sure. Nothing relevant.
I'm gonna get Sarge over the information, and then
What? So, you want to give me a quick rundown? What happened?
yeah. So they started over with Little Indian. He was picking up a few individuals for work. They weren't in the vehicle at that time. If he was, at that time, this individual in his truck pulled up next to them, said that he was with ICE and was requiring ID from everybody in the vehicle. At that time, that's when he hooked it down, and then they ended up over here at Ryan's, where he was driving around in circles trying to get away from this individual.
Make sure you make it real clear the distance.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know,
Yeah,
several
so
blocks.
that's a good amount
You know,
of
and
ways.
and the victims were trying to get away from him, and
Yes,
he
sir.
continued to follow them. Okay, so make sure you make that real detailed and clear that
Yes,
this
sir.
wasn't just a
Short
brief.
little-
Yeah, this was prolonged.
Of course. Yes, sir. All right,
Like
I was about to say, I'm gonna write that down for you right now.
Hold open container. Okay. In the car.
So I'm gonna leave his hat in here.